Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ عَلَّمَهُ. And we have heard this hadith. It means the best of you are the one who learn the Qur'an and teach it to others. So the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best in creation, said this. How do we act to this? We have heard it in the khutab. We have heard it in different sittings. We've always been hearing this. But how do Muslims actually act towards this? It is the opposite. We want to do every other sunnah, and which becomes easy for us. And that's another point we can deal with later. The sunnah that is easy for us, we try to impress upon because it's easy. The thing that is difficult for us, we say, we give ourselves emotional excuses. No, you know what? Leave it alone. But this hadith itself, the best of you are the ones who learn the Qur'an and teach it to others. Look at all of our masajids. The Qur'an teachers are not respected. I mean, they're respected in terms of human beings, but they are the ones that should be held up in front of everyone in terms of respect and stature, and because they are the best, according to this hadith. But we pay them the least. We look at them like, oh, you know what? He didn't succeed in the dunya, and we have, he's a Qur'an teacher, right? And he himself feels like that because he's trying to find a side job, pumping gas, or doing something in a company and totally becoming like Clark Kent and then become Superman, after he leaves the Qur'an class. It doesn't suit. I mean, there are exceptions to this, but I find that the masajids don't give importance to the Qur'an teacher. And the Qur'an teacher, on the other hand, do not give importance to themselves, how they carry themselves. I have found in my experience, some of them lying, cheating, not coming on time, and not being studious, not teaching the students well, not caring if the student is pronouncing it properly or not. So it has become a conundrum for the community. Now, do we have a good Qur'an teacher, or do we have good administrators? What shall we do? Which one comes first? Should the Qur'an teacher be good and be very exact, be punctilious in their character, know how to teach properly, make sure that they look after their students, take them, make sure their adab is impeccable, make sure that they don't lie, they don't cheat, they don't do any of those things, and it's not always the dunya for them, because Allah already has guaranteed your rizq. Yes, you work for it. Yes, you try to live. And if you have good administrators, they will know that this is a good person. So usually what we do is, if the administrator sees that this is a good person and not asking for much, we usually leave them there. We don't promote them. We don't give them extra salary. We don't help them out, and they always struggle. So therefore they get a second job and things like this. And then you also have people who do, use that as a turning point or a stepping point for them to get some money, teaching Qur'an while the kids are reading all backwards, upside down. They're not following them. They start hating it because he's getting angry with them. So we need to change this idea. We need to go back to the hadith where it says, خَيْرَكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ عَلَّمَهُ. The best of you are the one who learn the Qur'an. So we have to learn it properly with its makharij, with all of its intonations in terms of sound and tajweed and all of that. We need to learn it. We need to memorize it properly. We need to care for it. We need to have people who are people of Qur'an, people of sujood, people of honesty, we need solid people, solid worshippers. So he doesn't have to worry about his dunya. We cannot pay him something that he has to worry about it. We know those kind of people. And then the administration should also understand that in order to bring a Qur'an teacher, they need to be able to look after the good one so he does not have to flounder and doesn't have to try to search eke out a meager living and feel not good about himself. So again, on both hands, we need to be able to do that, but we need to be able to put this hadith in perspective, because the best are the ones who learn it and then teach it. So the one who's teaching should never ever look upon themselves that, oh, you know what, this is a job. What am I going to do? Hurry up, read, and back home, squeezing the ears, slapping, and doing all kinds of these other things that are not in the sunnah. Because you're frustrated, you're taking your frustration out, you start becoming an abusive teacher. All of these things I have seen, and I think we need to go back to this hadith where the best are the ones who learn it and teach it. So why not a Qur'an school? And why not make it the best? And why not actually produce the best? Teach them honesty, teach them integrity, teach them to be really high level people in the sight of Allah. Not, I don't mean high level in dunya wise. And let them not struggle for the dunya. We need, as a community, as an ummah, that we change this idea where all the ones who are learning the Qur'an are the least favored in the sense of dunya. And the ones who are doing that, they should have hope in Allah, that Allah is the one who's going to provide. But we also should start thinking that we should not lose those, gems, the diamonds and the emeralds and the rubies, meaning in terms of these Quranic teachers, the male and the female, we should not lose them. I remember one Quran teacher, a memorizer of the book of Allah, said, I would like to teach, but right now I also want to do something in the dunya, and I understand that the best are the ones who learn it and teach it. And this person actually recited me this hadith, but said, I have to be able to do something else, and then I will come back to you. And for me, it was an eye opener where a person knew the hadith and knew that this was it. It's the best of you. So I want us to start thinking along those lines and going back to the real sunnah. If the Messenger of Allah, the best of mankind, said, the best of you are the ones who learn it and teach it, where are we in this hadith? I mean, we hear it on the pulpit, we hear everyone saying it, and we give it zero importance. So let's get back to this sunnah. What do you think? Inshallah. May Allah bless you, inshallah. Take care of your hufad and take care of the male and the female of them, and bless your community with it. May Allah bless you. Take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.